a cold and rainy day here in Alaska today. And that means that all the plans that I had to take care of things on the outside of the property are put on hold today. In fact, in some areas very close and near to where my cabin is situated, it's actually snowing. And so that means that instead I'm going to head into town and do a supply run, and I'm going to bring you along for that adventure. Well, now that I have the post office out of the way, I'm going to stop in Glen Allen because I need to price out some lumber. I know that a 2x4 by 8 foot long stud is costing $3.98 in Wasilla at Home Depot. And I'm curious what it's going to cost in Glen Allen. I know Glen Allen is more expensive, but if it's close to what it's going to cost me on the other side of the state, I'll just get them in Glen Allen. I do need to get some 2x4s so that I can build some shelving in the root cellar, similar to what I had built previously in the pantry. Organizing the cellar is one of my projects for this summer, and it needs to get done. We'll see what it costs in Glen Allen. I do want to pass this person. He's driving about 20 miles underneath the speed limit, and I hope he realizes that this is a no passing zone. While there might not be a whole lot of traffic on this road, you do need to be careful where you pass people because there are a lot of blind curves, as this one up ahead is. Let me move this so you can see what I'm talking about. So there's a lot of blind curves in Alaska, and therefore it means that passing people on the road is not always a good idea. Of course, this is a double yellow line, so I couldn't pass right here even if I wanted to. And so I'm just kind of stuck behind him for a little bit. That's okay. This day got off to a late start, and it's going to be a slow one at that. All right, let's go ahead and make our move, shall we? Is going to be in Glen Allen. I am not going to fill up with gas here though, because it's running about $1 more than it is in Palmer, and currently it is $4.49 a gallon here in Glen Allen for gas. So we will get gas elsewhere. If you ever come to Alaska and you decide that you're going to drive to Valdez, or you're just out on a scenic tour, you want to go through Glen Allen for whatever reason, be aware that the State Patrol office is in Glen Allen, and they do monitor the speed there, and you will get a ticket if you're speeding. So we're going to head into Glen Allen Hardware, and we're going to see what a 2x4 costs here, because if it's just as expensive as it is in Wasilla, we'll get them here instead of making the trip all the way into Wasilla. Can you give me a price on a 2x4 by 8?
Yes. $7.49.
All right, I will go into Wasilla. Thank you. They're busy here today too. Cannot believe how busy they actually are, considering how expensive they are. Yikes. they're charging at $7.49 for 2x4x8 stud. That is more than what they're charging in Wasilla. So it's well worth my time and effort to drive all the way into town to get the supplies that I need, because I'm getting more than just 2x4s. And I need to get between 15 and 20 of them. So off to Wasilla we go. Just outside of Glen Allen, and there is snow on the ground. This ought to be a fun trip. That there is snow on the ground. Here it is, almost the 1st of June, and it's snowing. I knew that it was snowing in areas close to the cabin. I just didn't expect for it to be in Glen Allen or just on the outside of Glen Allen. Ooh, this road is bumpy. But nonetheless, we need the moisture because we've been in an extreme fire danger lately, and the rain and the snow will help to prevent some of the forest fires. So I guess I shouldn't complain. Just dropped 3 bags of trash off at the transfer station, and the dumpsters are completely full again. Barely had room to get the 3 bags in that I had. That's one of the issues about bringing your garbage in to the transfer station, is you drive all this way, but there's no guarantee there's going to be room for what you need to drop off. So now I'm going to go pay for my transfer dump, and then we'll continue on our way to Wasilla. I found it rather hard to not pop into the Long Rifle Lodge to get lunch because it smelled so delicious. But I need to get moving. It is already 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I have a couple more hours drive ahead of me to make it into Wasilla, and then I need to make the return trip. So no lunch in Long Rifle. maybe someday. I am just looking for snacks. Been on the road for a while and figure it's a good time to stop.
Well, we do have, like, I know you said snack. We have a cafe that could do like a sandwich pretty quickly.
What kind of sandwiches do you guys have? Ooh, a Reuben.
A Reuben? Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Super cute in the little general store here, but they have a cafe. So I got myself a Reuben and some curly fries. So I'm gonna sit and have lunch real quick and then we'll continue on. Tasty too. So I made it into Palmer, but I'm gonna go ahead and head off into Anchorage so that I can go shopping at Costco. I said early on in my channel that I don't shop at Costco. The reason for that has always been that it's so busy there. It is the most crowded store ever, and I really am just not a crowd person. The other thing is that a lot of times what you'll find at Costco is things being sold in bulk, and I honestly don't need that much of most items. And so I did break down though and finally get a Costco card, because what I noticed was that some of the things that I was buying in Glen Allen had actually come from Costco, and I was paying almost double for those items. So I figured, since I'm coming this way anyhow quite frequently anymore, to, you know, pick up this, that, or the other, I figure why not just get a Costco card and save myself some money when I'm buying certain things. So I'm going to shop at Costco today, and I'll bring you along for that, as well as when we're done at Costco, we are going to go ahead and hit the Home Depot in Wasilla. Note to self, be gentle with the groceries. Not for the sake of the groceries, but for the sake of the phone. So the Costco trip is done, and I tried to film in there, but I got distracted by a gazebo, which I was thinking would work for the outdoor kitchen, but after looking at it closer, I don't think it's going to. So I'm off to Home Depot now. I don't do well in crowds. That's why I live in the middle of nowhere. Costco gasoline. I have no idea what the price is. So yeah, I'm gonna pass. Besides that, there's a long line there. It's probably the best price in town. But honestly, I want out of Anchorage. I know there's a Home Depot right by this Costco, but I still think I'm gonna drive to Wasilla. No offense, Anchorage, but you guys have a lot of crime. And what would a trip into town be without a stop at Sleepy Dog Coffee? I definitely needed this. So glad they're here. The best coffee. Absolutely. All right, we got one more stop to make. So I'm in Home Depot because I came to get 2x4s. They're sold out. The joys of living on the other side of the state. Well, that was a bust. I went into Home Depot to get 2x4s, and even though they had stock this morning, they were sold out by the time I got here. So I'm gonna check Lowe's and hopefully they have some. Otherwise, I'm going home empty-handed, at least on that front. So wish me luck. Watch your paw. Watch your paw. Move your foot. Thank you. Silly boy. Oh well, at least I got the 2x4s. After all, that is what this trip was all about. So, rearrange the car just a little bit and let's head back across the state. I don't know if you ever did this when you were younger, but you went to the gas station with just a couple dollars in your pocket, usually in change, to get gas. You couldn't do that here in Alaska. I just filled up the car, and at $3.79 a gallon, I guess if you had $2 you could get half a gallon of gas, but wouldn't get you very far. So it cost me just over $100 to fill up the tank. What are you doing? Dude, hang on. I got a stuck puppy. What did you do here? What did you do? Hang on. Oh, weirdo. You weirdo. Okay, stay. All right, problem alleviated. Poor puppy, got his leg stuck. But yeah, it cost me just over $100 for a tank of gas. So yeah, gas here is not inexpensive, that's for sure. What a long day. It is almost 8 o'clock at night. It's gonna be midnight by the time I get home. When I first arrived in Alaska, this spot right here was one of the very first things that I saw that just absolutely took my breath away. But every time I've tried to stop here since then, there's been a crowd of people fishing at this lake. And so I thought I'd stop here now since there's nobody here and show you exactly how magical this spot is. This very scenic little lake is just set alongside the road. So as you're driving along the Glen Highway from the Palmer area towards Glen Allen, you're bound to see this on your right-hand side. I don't know the name of the lake, but it is absolutely serene and beautiful for just being a roadside pull-off. Let's continue on, because if I don't get home soon, it'll be morning before I do. I wanted to take you down some other roads and show you some other things I haven't even seen yet, to be honest. I am itching to have a day just to go exploring. And to be honest with you, that is coming up sooner than I even know, because I need to head down to Homer to get the stone for the countertop. I ordered the stone quite some time ago. But I had to wait until all the snow had melted from their yard so that they could pull the piece of stone that I wanted and then get it cut, and then I needed time to get down there. So I will be heading to Homer very soon to get that stone. So that's coming up, but also more exploring is going to be happening, because I'm going to be going fishing here very soon as well. So I will be bringing you along for that also. That was pretty cool, seeing a couple of moose that close to the road, and they didn't move when I pulled up, so that was nice. But I was far enough away where I wasn't in any danger, and neither were they. That was pretty cool, getting to see those moose. And I wish I had the camera pointing this way, because the scenery over on the other side of the road is just as spectacular. It's one of the amazing things about driving in Alaska is that your head is constantly on swivel looking for wildlife on the side of the road, for one, but because it is absolutely breathtaking here. And it is amazing that there aren't more accidents, to be quite honest. I appreciate the fact that my neighbors have been willing to drive me into town to get supplies and what have you. But when they do, I miss things like this. Absolutely gorgeous. You got to remember to stop and enjoy the scenery. Two amazingly beautiful stops, one right next to the other, right here alongside of the Glen Highway. This is such a beautiful drive, and with the overcast skies and the little bit of sun poking through, it's worth every stop, even if I don't get home till midnight or later. Absolutely breathtaking. All right, back onto the road we go. So I had plans to work in the yard again today. I actually was in the middle of filming the gardening video, but considering the snow, I'm really glad that I didn't get any further than I did. I hit a snag in my construction of my garden beds, which I'll cover in the garden video when it gets posted. I don't want to talk about it too much just yet, because I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to deal with the situation that I have. But the snow, if I had gotten my plants in, my seedlings in, it means that they probably would have died off because of the cold. And that's the last thing that I want. I already have an issue with my seedlings as it is, which I'll talk about also in the next video. But, you know, I don't need any more delays, any more issues with the garden. So I realize the sound quality in this video probably is not the best, because it's raining and the vehicle is noisy and the road is bumpy. I also realize that the lighting may not be the best inside of the vehicle. I will try to adjust the lighting, but I can't do much about the sound. Sound is one thing I haven't quite mastered in my videos. So apologies if the sound was not good in this video. Well, as you can see, the floodwaters have receded in Glen Allen, and the fire danger has dropped from high to low thanks to today's rain and snow. So that's two less things to worry about on this side of the state. And we really can't complain because we did need the moisture. Despite the fact that we've had floodwaters and tons of mud, it has been extremely dry. If you listen in my last couple of videos as I'm walking around on the property, you can hear the leaves rustling underneath my feet because of how dry it's been. So, not complaining at all about the rain or the snow. And here it is, 11 o'clock at night, and it is still raining. I'm not sure how long the rains are supposed to last, but I'll take it while I can get it. And speaking of the fact that it's 11 o'clock at night, I am almost home. I'm about an hour from home, but I need to focus on the road because it is getting to be to the point of night where it's a little bit harder to see outside. That's why it's a little bit darker in the vehicle right now. And the moose are starting to blend into the background. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off for the night, but I do want to thank you for keeping me company today as I ran into town. And I look forward to catching up with you guys on the next one. So until next time, please stay safe and take care. And thank you again for the company today. So I had plans to work. Oh my goodness, I had plans to do my makeup better. Now that the rains have stopped, it's kind of muggy out. It's like hot and humid. And so an ice cold drink sounds really, really good right now. Okay, so I got the cold drink I was after, but I wanted a cranberry limeade. They discontinued their cranberry syrup, and so I could have gotten cherry, but I really don't like cherry flavored drinks. It reminds me of cough syrup. And so I was like, what else do you have? Finally decided I'll get a strawberry limeade. Nope, it's not what you think. It's like the strawberry pulp that they put over sundaes. So as I'm trying to take a drink of this, I'm just getting bits of strawberry stuck in the straw. Oh my goodness. Nope, this is a bad idea. Don't do it, folks. Don't do it.